Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Amber.
Chris.
Ross.
And Brandy.
And I want to start off with saying, I guess it's J-Hook. Yeah, J-Hook Towing and Recovery are offering, will tow a car for free and pick up the driver in order to keep drunk drivers off the road for New Year's.
That's awesome.
Yep.
There's no excuse, people.
Yeah, and they can be reached at 501-615-4150.
And I think that's really, really awesome of that business to offer that service. That's really cool.
J-Hook's actually been doing a lot of stuff around lately.
Really?
I know North Little Rock's Christmas Parade.
Yeah,
They donated the truck and the trailer for the judging platform.
It says they've been doing this. This is the 10th year they're providing services. Last year they towed about 25 cars around New Year's.
That's really cool. And I mean, no telling how many lives that saves.
Yeah, and if you're going out, have a plan.
Right. Don't just
yeah, because I hear too many of these fucking kids nowadays that are like, oh, it'll be fine. No, the fuck it won't. You need to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll figure something out when I get there.
That's not the way you need to be doing that, because then it's just too easy to make the wrong decision.
Have a DD or get a hotel near where you're at.
Or just party at your buddy's house. And
see, that's what I like to do. It's always safer.
Well, yeah,
You
and
know,
then, like,
because-
if you do then get too happy to go home, they got a couch, they got a bed, they got a
Exactly.
recliner, they got whatever. You're still safer than taking your life in your hands.
Yeah, it's not like you're in downtown Little
right
Rock,
stuck.
40 miles from home, and now you got to try to fucking
Yeah.
drive it. No.
You can sleep long enough to sleep it off and then go home or
Yeah.
something. It's just be safe. I mean, everybody wants to celebrate. I want everybody to have a good time, but I want you to be here for 2020.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Have a good time.
Responsibly.
But do it responsibly.
Yeah.
So...
And if you don't have anything else to do, you can come to our white trash party.
Yep. Our white trash bash.
I think all of our listeners are probably going to be there anyway.
Yeah,
Well-
pretty much. Well,
Basically, we're just going to come like we are.
It's pretty much going to be a...
We're just going to show up.
Well, since
dumb hillbillies.
dumb fucking hillbillies.
Yeah. You can kiss my dumb fucking hillbilly ass.
hole.
All of it. The whole ass or the asshole? Which one?
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
My tiny little tic-tac butthole.
So,
Wow.
now that made
You
it
can
awkward.
kiss my tiny little tic-tac butthole.
Okay. It's going too far now.
All right.
Lick it.
Okay, that's enough. That's plenty. So, a couple of weeks ago, we did a part of one of the
I think
episodes
it might
where
have been last weekend even.
I don't know.
It wasn't very long.
Where a former governor, and I'm getting to the article right now. Oh, okay. Former Kentucky governor, on his way out of office, it was like his last day, he
You lame
pardoned.
duck.
Yeah, he pardoned like 460 some odd inmates.
Yeah.
I mean, murderers, rapists. These are
Child
not
predators.
Yeah, these are not great people.
And when he was asked, like, how do you feel about letting a child predator go? He goes, which one?
Yeah.
Well,
that was disgusting.
Good job, Mr. Bevins. Yo dumbass is getting looked at by the FBI now.
Good.
Yep.
Because that's reprehensible.
Yeah.
Actually, because what it says is the pardons which granted clemency to a child rapist and murderer were granted to individuals during the former governor's last weeks in office. Bevins has come under fire recently for issuing more than 600 pardons. 600 pardons and sentence reductions after he lost the re-election back in November. So
He's like, you go free. You
Yeah,
go
so
free.
he did that because he was throwing a fucking temper tantrum.
Yeah. He was like, all right, I'll show you.
So these pardons include clemency given to a murderer and child rapist, a report said. According to the Courier-Journal, FBI agent has spoken to a Kentucky lawmaker about the criminal investigation into the pardons. So they're investigating his ass, and he ought to be fucking, I don't know, put in, I don't know if it's put in jail or censored or what.
Something should happen, because, okay, what's gonna happen, I know that they can't, but what are the chances that out of the, what did you say, 600 and something?
Over 600.
A whole fuck ton of them are gonna reoffend.
Yep.
And if they're dangerous murderers, rapists, child rapists, it's not going to be just an inconvenience when they do something. There's going to be loss of life, or you know.
See, I think that if any of them reoffend, his ass ought to be tried as an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
I think
because
that
they can't put them back in jail right now.
No, because I mean he rung that bell.
Yeah, but they can charge him as an accessory to whatever crime they commit,
and they ought to also open him up to civil litigation for damages.
Yep. What are you're making these fucking faces?
Hang on, I'll show you.
Okay.
I love you. You're such a giver.
Churchgoers beat up their pastor after he bought a Range Rover and demand their tithes back.
Good. I know a couple of preachers that needs to happen to.
Yeah.
I'll lead that lynch party.
All right, I gotta read this article real quick. The picture
we're gonna have to do something.
Said the woman's belly kept growing, and the doctors did a scan and immediately called the cops.
Oh, she was pregnant.
Dude, ain't nobody pregnant with fucking what?
My
An
guess
alien?
is something with drugs.
I don't know. It was one of the.
She swallowed a balloon.
It was clickbait, so
God, it could be anything.
yeah.
Those drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Because half the time they don't even have anything to do with
No, with what the
and you're like,
headline is.
I still hadn't heard the punchline.
Yeah, exactly. I glanced at the first paragraph and I'm like, this is not. No.
This is not what I signed up for.
So tell us about the open letter to reporter Jennifer Pinade. And
Morgan Nick.
Oh,
yeah.
Morgan Nick.
Okay, so
this is an open letter to the reporter.
So the Morgan Nick case is one of those infamous cases in Arkansas. It happened
94,
I can't remember the year. It was a long time ago. She'd be a full-grown adult, probably a mother herself at this point. But she was a little girl. She was 5 years old at the time, and they were in Alma, Arkansas, which is like a suburb of Fort Smith. And they were at the ball field, and she just vanished off the face of the earth. And I remember at the time they had this red truck that they were looking for and this suspect they were looking for, and that's all we've heard for years and years and years was that suspect, that truck. They had roadblocks. I mean, they had a good description of the truck. I mean, she was the one that they named the Amber Alert law here after Morgan Nick. It's called a Morgan Nick Alert here. And Colleen Nick, her mom, has been an advocate for child safety. She's kind of went the way of Adam Walsh's dad.
Okay.
And just kind of made that her platform. And
right.
I just can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Every time she saw a little girl, and so it turns out there's this open letter. For the first 5 years, and they've kept it on the DL, and I'm not sure how, but they've kept it on the DL. For the first 5 years, they were looking for that red truck, and that suspect. Turns out that's not who.
Didn't have any. That was with an incident that happened the day before she disappeared.
At
a laundromat, so it wasn't even at the ball field. And somehow, I don't know, the wires got crossed or something. And the thing is, she said went like that for 5 years, but actually, it really hasn't been publicized. So as far as the public knows, they're still looking for that same suspect in the same truck.
Yeah, okay. Well, 25 years later, he ain't got the same fucking truck.
No, but the thing is, and the thing it was talking about, basically it's going to be one of those cases that if it ever gets solved, it's going to be somebody who's been married to him is going to finally break, or somebody's going to say, when I was a little kid I saw some weird stuff and I'm just now putting it together. And so having while of course that was my thought too, he's not going to still have that, but having the description right is still very important for that. And it's just like definitely.
Especially in the first, week or two.
Yeah, and it's just horrifying.
So tell us about the open letter.
Well, do you want to read it?
Well, I thought you had already read it.
Well, I did days and days and days ago. Hold on, I'll get it up. That's what she said. Okay. Okay. I'm still okaying. I'm stalling. All right. So this is here it is. Okay. Whew. Damn, your internet's slow.
Mine's not.
I'm kidding. I was stalling. I was trying to be smooth.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. Okay, so the open letter is... God damn, it's still not open. How open is this letter? All right. The open letter to reporter Jennifer Pinate and KNWA of Northwest Arkansas. Not sure if you realize this or not, but your broadcast was inaccurate concerning the ongoing investigation to the disappearance of Morgan Nick. It's been almost a quarter of a century. It's time that the misinformation is addressed and corrected. I truly believe that if the correct information is disseminated, it's possible that someone will remember critical information that might have earlier been dismissed as unimportant. According to a 2002 interview with the former Alma Police Chief Russell White, he states, I think there's a real possibility that we know the person that took Morgan Nick. I could probably give you 10 or 20 names of people we cannot eliminate as suspects. It's not a complicated case. That's what makes this case so damn tough.
If it's not complicated, why have they not solved it?
Chief White goes on to say, it won't be an investigator doing some bang-up job. It'll be someone picking up the phone and saying, I've been married to blank for 40 years, and ... That's the only thing keeping this case from being solved. I believe that Chief White is absolutely right. I believe this case could be solved by someone simply picking up the phone. However, in order for that to happen, it's imperative that the misinformation surrounding Morgan's disappearance be addressed once and for all. The community deserves to be told what could have happened, and we deserve to be given the information that could cause someone to say, wait, I think I remember something important. In the same article, the tips that come in about the Morgan Nick abduction are broken down into these categories. A. Somebody sees someone who resembles one of the composite sketches of the would-be abductor. B. Someone who sees someone who resembles Morgan Nick. C. Someone sees the red pickup truck believed to have been driven by the abductor. D. Someone knows someone they think is capable of committing this type of crime. Or E. Someone bent on revenge turns in someone they know, usually an ex-husband, husband, or family member. These categories are important, especially when you consider that every lead has been called in regarding the man in the first composite sketch should be discounted. Remember, the first composite sketch was incorrect. Like, this person saying this like that's a known fact, I'd never heard that before.
Me neither, until I read that.
In fact,
so like I said, it hasn't been publicly put out there.
In fact, the Times Record ran a story in January 2001 entitled, Sketch Offers New Suspect. The article, written by John Lyon, notes the sketch is markedly different from a sketch that investigators released previously. The fact is that the person in the first sketch is no longer considered a suspect. Chief White is further quoted in that same article saying, we don't think the first sketch is valid. There's a totally different sketch, and it's different from the people from the first one came in on. Do you know what's even more disturbing? The article goes on to quote Chief White as saying, no clothing description was released with the new sketch because accounts of the man's clothing were conflicting. Here the public is told not to rely on the information that was previously released about the would-be abductor's clothing because that description, just like the first, is wrong. I cannot shake the heaviness that comes with this realization. For 1,825 days, that's 43,800 hours, we all had it wrong. Law enforcement, media, general public, everyone was looking for the wrong man. And if we were looking for the wrong man, how did we ever think we could find Morgan? According to the FBI website, the sooner we investigate, the better. Time is critical when a child is taken. If time is critical when a child is taken, every last one of us failed Morgan Nick. We didn't just fail her in the days and months after the disappearance. We failed her for years, 5 years to be exact. The same article goes on to describe the following interaction with Chief White. When asked where the information for the original composite sketch came from, White said, I was given it by a lady that witnessed an event at a laundromat the night before Morgan's disappearance.
See, and what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
They don't even say what the incident at the laundromat was.
I mean, that's like, yeah, I didn't see this, but I saw this over here. Do you want that? Let me give you that.
The person in that sketch was not seen at the ballpark where Morgan disappeared. The information from that sketch was not taken from witnesses at the ballpark. Still not convinced the community should be demanding answers? Let me leave you with this quote by Chief White.